Hello and welcome to Ask Aloud. I have said this before. The one show that I'm obsessed with currently, I watched in one night. It's too hot to handle. Obsessed would probably be still like a understatement to this. I'm obsessed with the things that are happening on the show, people on it, the relationships, everything. David is from Too Hot to Handle all the way from UK. David, welcome to India and welcome to Ask Aloud.
Hey, how's it going? I'm so happy to be here.
A few controversies to his name. Kori, welcome to Ask Aloud and welcome to India.
Oh, you're right.
And if there's one person who's actually too hot to handle from the show, it's Chloe. Chloe, welcome to Ask Aloud and welcome to India.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on.
This is like a technical doubt, okay, that I have about the show. So now I understand that the cameras are always on, right? I mean, through the night, through the day, everything that you do is captured on camera. But tell me, when they have the whole private suite situation, okay, where they go, and most of the times they came back with a fine of $16,000 and $20,000 and all of that. So things did happen. So are you basically supposed to do these things in front of the camera still? Or do the cameras go off after a bit?
No, so the cameras are always rolling. For me personally, I would never have sex on TV. I mean, like Francesca and Harry and Sharon and Rhonda, they didn't know that it wasn't going to be shown. They thought it probably is going to get shown. But because it's a Netflix show and families are going to be watching it, I think Netflix just decided it's a bit too graphic. Let's just cut out the sex scenes. But yeah, they didn't actually know that it wasn't going to be shown. So for all they knew, it was going to be shown.
Yeah, it is weird. And the private suite, although it's private from the rest of the group, there is still cameras everywhere. And like speaking to the team that were creating this brilliant show and asking them like, okay, so if we get into the private suite, is it actually private? And they're like, well, Netflix could use that footage if they want to. So Harry and Francesca spent some time in there. Sharon and Rhonda spent some time in there. Yeah. They all got up to something, but Netflix decided we're going to keep this family friendly.
I think we actually had a STI. We had to do an STI test before we went in.
Yeah, but tell me, how did you get comfortable with that? How were you comfortable with the fact that, okay, of course you didn't end up in the private suite, but had you got in the private suite and that happened, would you have been comfortable with the fact that it aired if it did on like Netflix?
I don't know. To be honest, like it wouldn't have fazed me too much. Like I wouldn't have really minded.
You were like, I will look good doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it would have got, if they actually showed something like that, it would have got a lot more views.
Yeah. Basically, the agreement is that they could use anything that they want. Everything is up for use, and I think that people made decisions and they accepted the potential ramifications of those decisions. It was kind of, they could if they want, but we were hoping they didn't, and they didn't.
I can't wait for some leaked footage someday. I'm keeping a lookout.
Yeah, there's some great
IT somewhere finds his page and he decides to just release it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some stuff out there that hidden in some archive somewhere is some raunchy footage that never made it to air.
Kori, are a few pictures from your Instagram, which I will show you, and you have to sort of tell me what is happening here. Where is this happening? What was the mood in the picture? Can you guess what the picture is? The caption is, how do you like your coffee in the morning?
Yeah, I knew this one was coming.
I really want to show this picture. I see 1, 2, 3 legs minimum.
So with that photo, I actually had it. It was in my garden in the morning. I actually had it on a self-timer on on a stand, and I had to have like a bit of a thought. Right, do you know what? I'll have a little bit of a play with it. So in between every photo, I must have done it 3 or 4 times. And between each photo, I had a little bit of a play with it, stood there with my coffee, took the timer 10 seconds, and then I was like, no, that looked good. And I had to do it again. So I had to like make sure it was...
When is the OnlyFans account coming out?
Maybe in a few years, if my like career goes down the drain and leaves it.
Yeah. Usually is the beginning of an OnlyFans account for most people. Yeah, then the caption can go from like, how do you like your coffee in the morning, to like, I will show you how I make it. Come on my OnlyFans. something like that.
Yeah. How'd you like your coffee stirred?
Yeah. But what are things that you did or probably others did that you thought would make it to the final cut, but didn't make it?
They only showed me basically like kind of mugging Chloe off and saying things. Some of the things like my friends all said like I was exactly how I am. I'm just like I'm sarcastic. I'm like I take the piss. I say things that I don't mean that are funny. Like when I said at one point like I can't help being so good looking and funny. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just like that's just where I am. I'm just sarcastic and like I have a lot of banter. But like they don't really show any of the little bits that make your personality. So people just come like saw me as like a bit of a dickhead. Basically, I
remember, one of the most beautiful parts about the show and you in it was when you sort of had the whole episode with Kori, and it obviously did not go out as well. I mean, you dress up and you're thinking that he's going to take you out on a date, and he actually takes Francesca. This is a very emotional, personal moment, right? It's not an easy thing to go through. In life, you stood up on a date. Things are not going planned. You're dressed up for this guy, and you're feeling like there's a connection there. And all of this emotions in front of the camera, how does that make you feel? And how are you okay with like going through all of this in front of the camera?
Kori was there for about a week and a half. And we spent a week and a half together, and he was telling me he really liked me. He was going to change, and he didn't want to be like this fuckboy personnel. He wanted to kind of date me, and he actually said to me, I want to take you on a date. So after me and Kori had this fling, I was speaking to Francesca and Harry, and I was like, I really, really like Kori. This is my geezer. And I just laid it all bare. And I was like, I actually am going to fall for this guy. Yeah. And when I heard that he took Francesca on a date, I thought, he's definitely got to be doing this to play up in front of the cameras or to get a bit more airtime or just to be an absolute dick. Because why would he say those things to me and then completely mug me off on national TV? Why would he do that? So then I felt really upset and betrayed by Francesca because I heard that she was actually talking to him by the hot tub and kind of like leading him on a little bit, saying, well, even though I'm with Harry, why don't you come on a date with me and see how you feel? Yeah. And like, if she was in a relationship with Harry, so she shouldn't have gone on that date with Kori. Because if I was her friend, knowing that she had a boyfriend, she shouldn't have entertained it. I was really upset with Kori, and I was upset with Francesca. And for that to be shown on national TV, I mean, I don't regret it, but it was upsetting to watch. But I'm glad that I kind of put Kori in his place and was like, you cannot treat me like that again. He's mugged me off in front of the whole nation, the whole world. 192 different countries have seen me cry because of him. I don't want the women of the world to think that men can treat them like that. It's not on.
If you like, I put my name, I was every day I'd put my name into Twitter. I'd be like, Kori, #TalkToHandle, just to see what people were saying. Because they weren't necessarily tagging me. They were just tweeting. And honestly, it was just like bad. One good thing, then bad. Like all over Twitter. And it was a bit savage. If there was someone in there that I actually like met and I clicked with and I did have a connection with after like getting to know them, and it like I could see like a longevity in it, then maybe I wouldn't have done what I did. You know what I mean? I would have thought, actually, this is a good thing. I might try to pursue this. So that's the way I'd look at it going into it again. But at the same time, like I did have that conversation with like the producer stuff. I was like, to be honest, there wasn't anything like for me there. They put me in there like for a reason.
It was interesting because Kori came in and like everything just kind of trying to do everything at the same time. It was a little bit inconsiderate and a little bit insensitive, but I'm glad that Chloe had her say and she kind of stood up to him and she took control of the situation, empowered herself, and didn't stand for his behaviour. And I think that she says a lot that more women should do that. There should be an equality between genders when it comes to relationship dynamics. And
Absolutely.
I think that was a really bold move from Chloe.
We must talk about the Indian connection that you have here. Because you did shoot a song with Diljit Dosanjh, who's one of the top actors and also a singer in the country. How did this happen? And when was this?
So I was with a modelling agency in London, and I was doing music videos all the time for different actors, different musicians. And someone rang me, my agent, and she was like, Diljit literally is asking for a model, like fit my description.
Yeah.
And she was like, we have put you forward and he wants you to be his main model. And I was like, wow. Okay, I didn't know who he was because I don't really listen to music. If I do, it's just like in the charts. So I don't really watch music videos. And I don't really know who these actors are.
Yeah.
But when I met him, it was like there was bodyguards and there was cameras and there was like Lamborghinis, and it was like it was like I was a celebrity. I was getting my makeup done, I was being treated like a VIP, but he's such a lovely guy.
When you're introducing the cast or the members in the island, you're talking about these really hot people who are sex gods who just can't stay away from sex. I didn't say it. The show did.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they said, David. I'm not making this up. Please watch it. I'm not lying. This is what they said. This is what they said. They kept saying these are people who cannot stay away from sex. They cannot stay away from sex for a month. So it's for them or whatever, right? I mean, but what are you like in real life? Was it really difficult for you to not engage in physical activity for a while?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a challenge. It definitely was a challenge.
Yeah.
We can't sugarcoat this. It was difficult. It was
hard.
It was hard. It was hard. And
being the operative word through the show.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, for me personally, like I think that most people are like relatively sexual. It's in our nature. We are human beings. It's one of the four fundamental things of like who we are, and we all enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it was tricky.
I am very open. I'm very upfront with who I am, and I didn't really do well in school. I'm not that clever in terms of numbers and maths and English, but I am very emotionally intelligent, so I'm very in tune with like my emotions, and because I'm a really nice person.
What is the weirdest brand collaboration request that came your way?
Oh, I had a brand that basically was a female sex toy company.
Say something sexy in a deep English accent.
I'm gonna. Are you lost, baby girl?
How are you okay with being so vulnerable in front of the camera, cry on an international streaming platform, sort of possibly leave a connection that you might have had for somebody else who were there first? How are you okay with all of this?
Although I was talking to Rhonda, or like looking at Rhonda even, I had this wave of emotion, and I was just like, I was so confused. I was like, what is going on? I didn't understand it myself, but then I thought, in that moment, I'm like, oh my God, I'm crying on an international streaming service. Like, this is going out on Netflix. Like, you've got a choice. And in that moment, I decided either I try and hide it and do what every other man does and try and hide their tears, or I own that emotion. And I hopefully empower other men to show their emotion as well.
I am very open. I'm very upfront with who I am, and I didn't really do well in school. I'm not that clever in terms of numbers and maths and English, but I am very emotionally intelligent, so I'm very in tune with like my emotions. And because I'm a really nice person, I just thought, you know what, if I'm going to go on a dating show that the whole world is going to see, I need to just be myself, and I need to be vulnerable in front of the camera, because then people can relate and people can kind of get to know me as a person. It was a bit of a shock, because when I did watch Too Hot to Handle back, I was like, oh my God, everyone is going to think I'm stupid. But I think because they kind of see my whole journey with Too Hot to Handle, it was like, do you know what, she might be a little bit ditzy, but she's actually a really nice person and I can relate to her.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people would judge me, and I knew people would make up their own like perception of me. You do see it is a very, very small like part of what you see, because I was actually in there for 10 days. And if you look at it, like some people said to me, like my friends and stuff, like, oh, it looks like you're in there for like 3 days because they only show like so little. So it's hard. Like obviously, I knew, and then some of the things that I said and did, I knew people would have a bad opinion on me. But I think like I was kind of true to myself at the same time. I wasn't pretending to be anyone. I was just being me. And I think like a lot of people go into this sort of thing with a game plan and like how they want to be seen and stuff like that. And I'm just being myself. So, yeah.
So you were like, I'm going to this island. There are hot girls. Let's have fun.
Yeah, basically. I was at the time as well, I was 23. Do you know what? A lot has changed since, because there was a year between filming and the show coming out as well. And I have kind of matured a little bit into myself. I've just learned a lot about myself being single I've like been mainly single since I was 21.
How do you see the whole drama? Because I know the whole Harry Francesca situation is just like blowing up on the internet. There are accusations everywhere. When you look at it, what does that make you feel?
It's benefited both of them really well. Like they've done really, really well for the show. So whatever choices they were making, that could be what they had in their mind. But yeah.
So diplomatic, Kori. Well done. Proud of you. No, but when you were on the show, when you took her on a date or whatever, when you met them, you spent 1 or 10 days with them. Did you feel like that was a relationship that would last?
What, between them two?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know if it showed me saying that, but I said nah from the start. I'm just being honest.
From the show coming out to the show finished filming, they split up. So they were on the show, all loved up, and then they got together. They were together for about a month, and then they split up for a whole year.
Yeah.
So like when they got back together right before the show come out, I was like, they're not going to last. And then all of a sudden he's proposing on the reunion show.
Yeah.
And I just thought, I don't know what they're playing at. They probably might, I don't know, be in love. But that obviously didn't last. It didn't shock me, is what I'm saying. It didn't shock me.
Why do you think Too Hot to Handle didn't have like guys who are probably gay? You know, it was guys and girls. Why do you think that was not one of the elements of the show where probably two guys could have formed a bond too?
The interesting thing is that society generally accepts women as being gay or bisexual or straight. It's almost like there's it doesn't matter. There's loads of grey zone for women. Women can go out and have a kiss with their mate and it's all good and it's all fine. But with men, culturally, you're either straight or you're gay. So I just don't think that, I don't necessarily think that society would have accepted it quite as much. I think it's still a little bit there's room to be done. There's still progress to be made in that area because it seems that with women there is this a kind of transitional sexuality, whereas with men it's binary.
Now we're getting into a segment where some of your fans had sent in questions. Sejal Rumi 1345 is asking, if you were in a same-sex relationship, David, who's one contestant from Too Hot to Handle that you would take out on a date? It has to be a guy.
Harry, of course it'd be Harry. Yeah, come on, he's 6'5", blue-eyed Australian. He's a hilarious man. Him and I get on so well, and it's got to be my boy Harry.
Farfetch.nar is asking, why you and Francesca not dating? This is not my question for you.
There's a big mileage, like there's a gap, like in this. Is it the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean? I can't remember what ocean. Oh my god! Yeah, there's a big sea in the way. So that's probably one of the reasons. And I think she unfollowed me after like a year after the show aired, because before the show aired, she was like commenting on my stuff and that, and then people were clocking onto it and then screenshotting it and going, "Oh my god, what happened?" And then she unfollowed me. So I mean, that's another thing.
I mean, interesting. You should get to the bottom of this.
Oh no, I'll leave it to it. I'm fine. I'm doing my thing.
I'm kidding. Yeah. This is from Jimmy Invite is asking if there's something that you wanted to tell Kori at that point in time when he ditched you on the date. What is that? What is that thing? If there's something that you didn't say on the show but you wanted to.
Your loss.
Ah, love that.
Short and simple. Your loss.
Yeah, true. Okay, this is from Remy.rocco.yas. Okay, cool. I love a little bit of sass in this username. I love it. He's asking, who's one couple out of the two couples on the show? Who did you think would break up sooner? Interesting question. I like it.
Harry and Francesca.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because Harry and Francesca were just constantly rowing. They had so much drama. She went off with Kels, had a naked shower with Kels, then took my guy on a date. And then Harry was like lying about the kiss that he had with her. Like they were never going to work.
Yeah.
It was a typical showcase.
The Yashvardhan J is asking, how did you dodge the hate you got from people for turning down Chloe on Too Hot to Handle?
I just don't let anything get to me. And do you know what? The only thing out of everything that did, like, I don't care what anyone says about me. But then my mum actually was like texting me at the time, and she's like, "Oh, I've just watched the show. Like, you looked like a little bit of a dick." And I was like, "Oh, thanks, mum." And then the next day, she rang me up and she's like, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to like offend you." I was like, "Mum, like, honestly, like, I don't care what anyone says, but it's you saying that, like, got to me. That was the only thing. The only hate I got was from my mum."
This is now the last segment of the show, Kori. It's called a quickie. I'm pretty sure this is not a term that you're not used to. A quickie.
I don't do cookies, but
huh?
I don't do cookies.
Great piece of information. Pearls of wisdom, Kori. Well done. Okay. Now, quickie is quick questions and quick answers. Okay, very simple.
Yes.
See, I know, like, I believe that your DMs are filled with thirst comments. What is like the thirstiest one that you got?
I basically had a woman send me a video of her bum twerking and basically said, "You don't even need to buy me dinner. You can just go straight in." Something like that.
What is something you hate that everyone loves?
Getting punched in the face. Like, in my tie, I actually enjoy it a little bit. Like, it's fun. But I think most people probably hate that.
You like getting punched in the face?
That's going to sound bad. Someone's going to end up like walking up to me in the street and punching me now. No, yeah.
Kori, you interest me. Well, the next time you're in India, I will keep my gloves ready.
Thanks. Yeah.
Who's your least favorite contestant from Too Hot to Handle?
I think that we all know that Hayley and I didn't really get on that well.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Hayley at all. Her and I just have different opinions on what's important.
Fair enough.
That's literally it. So in the show, the whole point of it was to form deeper, more meaningful connections with people, and Hayley didn't really care about that. So we had that difference. But, you know, I'm sure that she's really happy now.
What is the last thing you texted Francesca?
Oh, do you know what? She actually DM'd me. I'm just going to put it out there. She DM'd me, but then she DM'd me saying hello about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then I put hello back, and then she didn't reply. But yeah, I think she must have, I think it was quite early in the morning. I can't remember what. I was somewhere else in the world, and with the time difference, do you know what I mean? She was probably drunk.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the last thing I said. Hello.
She did Loki leave you on red.
Yeah, but I mean, she messaged me first, didn't it? So it's not like I messaged her.
Yeah. After she unfollowed you.
Yeah.
What is the weirdest brand collaboration request that came your way?
Oh, I had a brand that basically was a female sex toy company asked to do a collaboration.
A female sex toy?
Mm.
So what are you supposed to do with that?
I've no idea. I got the email, I looked through their website, and I was like, I can't use any of that, so I don't. How does this work? Have you sent this to the wrong person? Did you mean to send it to me? You thought maybe you should be sending it to Lydia or Nicole instead? I don't know.
Yeah, it does worry me a little bit, because I'm like, where does what go? I wonder. But anyway, that's fine.
What they were thinking, but yeah, that was probably the weirdest.
I mean, David, I also don't want to be judgmental. It's your body; you can put wherever you want.
Thanks, Renil. I remember that.
Say something sexy in a deep English accent.
I'm gonna do it. Are you lost, baby girl? He's not English. He's not even English, that geezer, but it's doing my accent.
Yeah, not bad. Well done. Can't wait for baby girls to respond to you. Or actually, don't. If you're a baby girl, don't. Yeah, I don't want that.
No.
Thank you so much for coming on Access Aloud. Thank you so much for talking to everyone in India, and also when this goes out on YouTube, everyone in the world then.
Oh, I absolutely love India. I mean, I've met so many people from India and they're always so kind. I cannot wait to come out there and to maybe work out there or to act out there. But yeah, thank you so much for having me on your show. And one thing that I would say to everyone that is listening or watching is know your worth. And always put yourself first in life and do what is best for you whilst being kind for other people, and it'll work out in the end.
Yeah, I love you all too. I'm sure I'll be there at some point once the world is back in working order. So you may see me somewhere around. But yeah.
Honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. Everyone in India, thank you so much for your support. You guys are absolutely amazing. I see loads of you guys commenting when I'm doing my lives and on my Instagram and stuff. Honestly, it is beautiful. So I feel so excited to be having this chat with you today, Renil, and much love to everyone in India.
For sure. Thank you so much, David. At the end of Access Aloud, we do something called the Access Aloud virtual hug, because that's the only thing that we can do because the lockdown, we need to be safely, socially distant and all of that. So extend your arms and we'll take a screen grab.